Hello, world. I am your host Mr. Stag. Today, I will be sharing the top 10 North American banks by assets under management. Number 10. Bank of Montreal. This bank is an investment bank and financial services company. It is the fourth largest bank in Canada and it was first opened June of 1817. The company has not missed a dividend payment 12 years after they opened. Bank of Montreal total assets at $613.56 billion. Bank of Montreal's current stock price at the time of this video is $112.86 with a market cap of $73.17 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 33.5% with a fair value price of $169.64. BMO currently pays a dividend of 3.7% and it has payout ratio of 37%. The company revenue was $21.40 billion, they had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 27.75%, making $5.93 billion in earnings. Number 9. Scotiabank is a financial and banking services company based in Canada. The bank serves around 25 million customers worldwide, and has over 92,000 employees across their branches. The company was founded in early 1832. Scotiabank total assets at $785.44 billion. Scotiabank's current stock price at the time of this video is $71.74 with a market cap of $87.14 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 36.7% with a fair value price of $113.30. Scotiabank currently pays a dividend of 4.4% and it has payout ratio of 47%. The company revenue was $23.25 billion, they had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 31.90%, making $7.43 billion in earnings. Number 8. Morgan Stanley. This banking company based in New York has branches and offices in 42 different countries. Across all branches there are over 60,000 employees. Morgan Stanley has a range of clients such as governments, corporations as well as individuals. Morgan Stanley total assets are $853.53 billion. Morgan Stanley's current stock price at the time of this video is $104.05 with a market cap of $186.71 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 22.6% with a fair value price of $134.40. MS currently pays a dividend of 2.7% and it has payout ratio of 26%. The company revenue was $58.27 billion, they had a gross margin of 89.21% and a net profit margin of 24.44%, making $14.2 billion in earnings. Number 7. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs operates in around 30 countries and has offices in 60 cities. The bank offers services in investments, securities, banking and financial services. Goldman Sachs was founded in 1969 and is headquartered in New York City. Goldman Sachs total assets are $931.80 billion. Goldman Sachs current stock price at the time of this video is $397.51 with a market cap of $133.08 billion. The The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 42.85% with a fair value price of $691.85. GS currently pays a dividend of 2.0% and it has a payout ratio of 9%. The company revenue was $58.14 billion, they had a gross margin of 89.52% and a net profit margin of 37.28%, making $21.7 billion in earnings. Number 6. Toronto Dominion Bank. This bank was first established in 1955 when the Bank of Toronto and the Dominion Bank merged. In total, Toronto Dominion Bank has over 89,000 employees. There are over 11 million customers across all 1,091 branches in Canada. TD Bank serves more than 6.5 million customers in the United States with a network of over 1,200 branches in 16 states and the District of Columbia. TD Bank total assets of $1,006 billion. TD's current stock price at the time of this video is $79.21 with a market cap of $143.93 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 16.0% with a fair value price of $94.27. TD currently pays a dividend of 3.6% and it has a payout ratio of 41%. The company revenue was $33.94 billion, they had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 32.74%, making $11.07 billion in earnings. Number 5. The Royal Bank of Canada was first opened in 1864, based in Toronto. This company has 86,000 employees as well as 16 million clients. The bank serves around 10 million customers within their 1,209 branches. Royal Bank of Canada total assets of $1,039.24 billion. Royal Bank of Canada's current stock price at the time of this video is $112.13 with a market cap of $159.42 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 26.9% with a fair value price of $153.32. JPM currently pays a dividend of 3.4% and it has a payout ratio of 39%. The company revenue was $39.90 billion, they had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 31.82%, making $12.50 billion in earnings. Number 4. Wells Fargo. This bank is based in San Francisco and has offices throughout the United States. Operating in over 40 countries with over 13,000 ATMs. Wells Fargo was founded in 1852. The bank has over 270,000 employees. Wells Fargo total assets of $1,895.88 billion. Wells Fargo's current stock price at the time of this video is $54.77 with a market cap of $218.38 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 11% with a fair value price of $61.53. WFC currently pays a dividend of 0.7% and it has a payout ratio of 12%. The company revenue was $78.20 billion, they had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 22.32%, making $17.5 billion in earnings. Number 3. Citigroup Inc. Citigroup Inc. is one of the biggest banking institutions in America. The company has over 204,000 employees and 2 million account holders. The bank has business in around 160 countries and has branches in over 40 countries. The current CEO, Jane Fraser, is the first woman CEO of a Big Four bank. Citigrouping total assets at $1,917.38 billion. Citi's current stock price at the time of this video is $65.78 with a market cap of $130.53 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 12.1% with a fair value price of $74.80. Citi currently pays a dividend of 3.1% and it has a payout ratio of 19%. The company revenue was $75.38 billion. They had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 28.97%, making $21.8 billion in earnings. Number 2. The Bank of America was founded in San Francisco during 1998 and now operates in the headquarters in North Carolina. This is the 8th largest banks in the world. The Bank of America has over 46 million customers, and 4,600 banking centers. Operating in over 40 countries, with 15,900 ATMs. Bank of America total assets at $2,352.51 billion. BAC's current stock price at the time of this video is $49.18 with a market cap of $402.49 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 10% with a fair value price of $54.63. BAC currently pays a dividend of 1.7% and it has a payout ratio of 22%. The company revenue was $91.20 billion. They had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 31.79%, making $29 billion in earnings. Number 1. JPMorgan Chase is the largest bank in the United States and the 4th largest in the world. It is a universal bank and a custodian bank. The company operates in investment banking, asset banking, private banking, and wealth management. The company has over 250,000 employees and 5,100 branches. JPMorgan Chase has total assets, $2,662.53 billion. JPM's current stock price at the time of this video is $167.16 with a market cap of $494 billion. The stock is currently undervalued according to Simply Wall Street by 20.6% with a fair value price of $210.63. JPM currently pays a dividend of 2.4% and it has a payout ratio of 23%. The company revenue was $131.18 billion. They had a gross margin of 100% and a net profit margin of 36.80%, making $48.3 billion in earnings. These top banks will continue to have control over finances in North America due to their infrastructure, investments in fintech, and their hold on the financial markets. Tell us what you think about the future of banks and banking in North America in the comments section below. Mr. Stag logging off.